Well, we've somehow made it to episode 19, and I have no idea how this happened, but I somehow managed to get this frog to stay in one place. He's been there for, I don't know, it's been probably an hour or so now, and he's just sitting there on top of the pillar. I guess he can't jump because his AI is, I don't know, seeing the leaves or something above him, but he's just been sitting there. I haven't had to touch him or do anything. Well, maybe he'll just stay there. But I have been busy. As you can see, we've got our little overhang. I put like a little bit of a path together. It still needs a little bit of improvement, but I think it looks really nice. We've got like some bushes growing along the sides. I widened it out a little bit so you can look down here and we can see the little area down here. And then if we come over here, we can see the watermill that we finished in the last episode. I widened up this path. I put like a fence around here, and I've also started erecting a temporary barrier. I think eventually I'll do something a little bit nicer than this, but this should be good for now. Things are really starting to come together. Oh, I also I put cobble deep slate over here. I still need to texture it and everything, but it's a start. But oh, I just love how this is starting to look. It looks so full of life, and there's these areas that still need to be done, and over here that needs to be done, but it's getting there, and that's what matters. But today, I think I'm gonna keep adding some buildings down here. Not gonna finish this area up because, well, I still just don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do with it, but I think I'm just gonna sort of put it together like a jigsaw puzzle. We'll have this facade right here, and then I'll put a facade right here today, and then I don't know, we'll figure out something to put over here, and then we'll slowly somehow work out the interiors, and I think it'll work itself out one way or the other. But I want to show you, look at this. This is just crazy. Actually, you know what, I need to, all right, temporary ultra render distance so that we can see all of this, but look at that. I mean, we've just got this little bit over here in the corner left, and then I think we'll be done, and I've already done that, so yeah, it's getting so close. But I didn't really think about this before, but it's actually honestly probably closer to like halfway done because, actually maybe not even halfway done, because I'm gonna have to also lower this down even further because, well, this is gonna have to be a lake, and I can't have a lake that's only like 1 block deep. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's still plenty far off as far as being completed goes, but it's crazy all of this that we've got done. And it's also just crazy to look at this world with the really high render distance on. Oh, we've got this over here, our new project. We've got this island over here where we're eventually going to be building our city. I think we'll have a palace over here on this small island. And then, of course, we've got our library and little village over there. And it's all just coming together so beautifully. I just love it. I know I say this way too much, but I just love walking around and getting to see all of the little things that we build, just walk around inside of it, see all of the creations, and just kind of live in the world that we're creating here. And it just feels so alive and full of energy. I'll go ahead and pick that up because I don't think our rail system is actually going to pick that up, and then we gotta walk over here so we can get out. But it's actually been working pretty well. I mean, we've got this much, which is nothing to sneeze at, and it'll just keep working on in the background. But something that we do have an absolutely ridiculous amount of is, hi bunny, oh bye, is stone. We've also got a lot of dirt as well. Almost 2 double chests full of shulker boxes of dirt, but look at all of this stone. This is all completely filled shulker boxes, filled with stone, and even got some cobblestone over here. And I've got a whole bunch more back in our storage system over there. I really need to get a storage system going in this world. It's something that is just, I've really got to get it done, but I think I'm going to wait until after the update comes because I'd really like to, well, actually, why don't I just go over there and show you? So I don't really show this all that often on camera, but we've still got all of this underneath the mountain. We've got our honey farm right here. There's our mud farm over there. We've got our moss / bone meal farm constantly running here, melon and pumpkins down there, iron right there, and even if we go down here, we've got sheep and, well, I guess I can't really call it a slime farm, but a place where slime occasionally shows up and I manually kill it. But yeah, sheep farm. Oh, and we've even got our nether tree farm over here. And while I didn't really intend for it to be this way, it's really kind of slowly turned itself into like a, I don't know, a mini industrial district over here, and I'd like to kind of upgrade it just a tiny little bit. But like everything else in this world, I don't really want to make it look industrial, if that makes sense. I want to make it look a little bit more natural, create something that feels like it fits in with the surroundings here. I mean, if it's a building, it's fine, but I don't think I really want to make a building that big over here. So what I thought I might do actually is I might come over here and maybe like right around this area, I want to create like a giant hole, and we can create like a cave system that goes throughout our mountain here. And well, it might not be like completely hollowed out and everything, but we can make it look like it is. And I think that's really important. So we will be able to walk down there, and maybe we can walk through each farm that's in there, and there will be like a storage system and maybe even like a central hub where we can find all of the different items that we are farming in there, and it'll all be gathered in one place and it'll be really convenient. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to do it until after the update, because I want to make sure that I can use crafters, because you know, with bone meal, iron, all those sorts of things, they do a really, they're all a little bit cumbersome if we don't put it into blocks, because, well, for the past, I don't know, 5 or so months that I've been doing this world, I've been going through manually and, well, picking out the iron and putting it into shulker boxes, and then putting the shulker boxes in here, and been doing the same thing with the bone meal and the nether trees that we have over there and the honey over there. But it's just a pain to do it manually, and I'd really like to just have a system that will automatically craft it into, well, all the blocks that we need. Yeah, we've got honeycomb in there, honey blocks in there. It'll just be really nice in the long run. It'll make it so much easier for me to not have to go through and manually do everything, because that's just it's just not fun. But as I was saying, we'll probably create like a hole here, and then you'll walk down into a cave, and it'll just be this really cool cave system underneath here where you can walk through, and maybe there'll be a stop around here that'll have some chests coming down from our moss farm, and then it'll meander over here to the honey farm. And of course we'll have secret passages or little doorways that'll take us in, like so we can get into the redstone, or like for the mud farm we'll need to be able to actually get in here and use it and stuff like that. But as long as when you're walking through it, it just kind of, it feels like a cave, I think that's gonna be good enough for me. But I think first things first, we should come over here and, well, let's just create one more building here. I'd say overall I quite like it. It's a little bit different from this, but one of the things that I want to do with this whole area right here is I kind of want to make it feel a little bit cobbled together. Like we started with one building and we didn't really have a plan from the beginning, and then we came onto this building and we've got a slightly different style. You know, there's a little bit of a gap in between the two, and it's not totally the same, but then I want to go through and I want to blend them together. I want to kind of close up this gap here just a little bit. I still want you to be able to walk into here. Maybe we'll have like a little alleyway there, but I also want you to be able to walk in between the buildings here. So I might put like a little bit of like a scaffolding type of thing right here. I'll need to extend this roof a little bit over. I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to blend these roofs together, but I think what I'll do is I'll just end up bringing this one over to the side just like I did over on that side. And then of course on the back side, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. It's gonna be a little bit before I really figure it out. And I also think I might do something a little bit different on this interior roof here, just because I've been thinking I might want to be able to walk on these roofs, because we'll have these roofs right here, and then the buildings over here will be just a little bit higher because they're gonna be kind of centered right around this area right there. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit complicated, and I'm not totally sure how it's all going to turn out, but, well, let's just focus on blending these two together for now. We can just make a little makeshift doorway here for now. And then maybe just to make it a little bit different, I can add in like some trapdoors here, and maybe even some on the lower side. Just something really simple like that. And then for the roof here, I'll just do the same thing I did over on this side. So we'll raise it up 2, raise it up 2, and then raise it up 1, and then just repeat it on the other side. So something like this. And then we'll just raise it up here and come across, and then up 1 more over here. Just like that. And then it'll be a little bit difficult because we're going to run into this building, but I think I'm just going to really simply we'll just put that one like that, and then we'll just leave it like this for now, and then finish up the rest of this. We can add in these red highlights right here by just doing something like that, and then continue it down here. And these just kind of, it helps to break up the monotony of the black roof. I think it looks pretty solid. It does kind of match the bottom part, which I'm not sure I totally love, but I think it looks pretty solid overall. There we go. Something really simple. All right, pretty good, but I think maybe we could break up this sort of monotonous area, because this wood and the black stone, or sorry, the deep slate, it all kind of blends together a little bit. So I think if I just go through and add a little bit of, something like this birch fence, maybe something like that will help to, yeah, it just kind of blends it together and makes it so you can see both of them separately. And actually, now that I think about it, toss in like some sandstone walls or something here. Yeah, I think that does a good job of sort of blending the deep slate roof and then the really dark brown logs that we have as pillars here. And of course, we definitely need to put these walls and then chains here on the corners just to sort of emphasize the height. It can sometimes be a little bit easy for like little subtle differences in Minecraft to kind of blend together, especially when you're using really similar blocks. So I think adding that extra little height there really emphasizes that this is the taller portion and then this is the lower portion, and it just gives it more of a distinct feel to it. And of course, we can do a real quick look from up higher to make sure it looks good from here, and I think it does. I think it looks really good. Until we get the back done, it's going to be a little bit awkward because we've got all of this blue sky peeking through, so it's not quite the feeling that it's going to be later on, because this will be all like kind of a blackish color. So I think it'll blend together a lot better, but for now, I think it looks really good. And now the last thing that I want to do today is I want to come over here and I want to get the beginnings of our giant cave entrance kind of figure out exactly where it's going to be. I think it's going to be right around this area, but then you'll see right underneath here, we've got the underside of the mountain. So I want to go down and kind of make like a sort of squarish area just so that I have a good idea of where the cave is going to be and sort of what direction it's going to go into. And well, considering how much time I've spent digging down this entire island over here, I don't think this is going to be too hard. Well, that wasn't too bad. I decided to go ahead and stop here just because we were starting to run into our villager trading hall down below. Yeah, I think this is about what we're looking for. I mean, clearly it doesn't look like a cave at all right now, but eventually we'll get it to that, you know, we'll get it to that spot eventually. Now, one thing that we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to dig a whole bunch more in here. We're gonna want to hollow out caves that kind of circle around and maybe come back and meander around, and maybe even a central hub there in the middle, but that's gonna take quite a while, and I think I'm gonna leave it at this for now. Oh, better take advantage of this guy while he's here. Ooh, emerald ore. All right, as I was saying, we've got our cave entrance, and we've also got these, well, the beginnings of this little series of buildings that we have down here. And while it's not completed and it's got a long ways to go still, I kind of like how it's coming along. I can definitely see this being a nice little lively area sometime in the future, but I think that's all that I'm gonna get done today. And actually, if I'm being a little bit honest, I think what I'm gonna do for next episode, it's gonna be episode 20, so I kind of wanted to do something a little bit special. I wasn't really sure exactly what I would do, but I'm thinking, well, partially for my own sake and partially for, you know, the fact that we've already got 20 episodes now, so it's getting a little bit harder to just jump in if you wanted to start watching. I was thinking I would do a bit of a little mini world tour for next episode. That'd be something that I can put together pretty fast because, well, I could really use a week off, and not necessarily a week off of playing Minecraft because I really love playing it, but a week off of, a week off of having to get that video out, because I felt like the last couple weeks I've really been stressing and pushing to get this or get something done, but it's never quite as much as I would like. So I think if I take this one little week off and use that extra time to get a little bit more done, I'll be able to make a slightly more exciting, and I'll be able to get just a little bit more done in the episode after that. I think it'll be cool to see where we've come from and look back at some of our past projects that we haven't really looked at in a while, but it'll also, I think, really help to make the next episode even better. So if that's a little bit disappointing, I'm sorry, but you can at least look forward to episode 21, which is going to be hopefully a really good one. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.